Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Saturday, June 25th slate of MLB action. I am super excited to dive into it. We do have, once again, another full slate, pretty much ranging from like noon Central Time all the way through, I think the last game starts at like 9:30 Central Time. So it's going to be a late night for everybody that wants to watch some baseball. I do also have one play in like the last game that starts, but the bet won't last very long. I'll show you guys what I mean. But without any further ado, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean a lot to me. So, one last note, I did just want to go ahead and address, I am going to be doing a draft recap video. I'm actually super excited for it because I really loved this draft, and I don't think that there was any, and I'm probably in the minority here, but I don't think that there was any absolutely atrocious picks. Yeah, I know, I said it. But I will go ahead and kind of dive into it when in that video. I'm going to go into detail into the first 10 draft picks and how I think it's going to work, how I think it's going to fit, stuff like that. And then I will basically branch off into like my notables and like what other ones I thought should be mentioned and what other ones I thought were like really good picks, or ones that I thought were a little bit questionable. And of course, I'll talk about my Bulls pick too. So, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. We'll do a quick recap as of yesterday. We ended up going 1-1 on the day. We did have the Astros and the Yankees under 8 runs at -115 odds, and that one really wasn't too much of a sweat. That one actually was, I think they finished with like 4 runs, so they never really put us in a position where we had to worry about it too much. And I knew the way that line movement was, I just knew that one was bound to hit. But we did have the Cubs and Cardinals to score a run in the first inning, and they didn't. Somehow the Cubs, as the best first inning run team. Wow, that was a tongue twister. First inning run team. They have not scored a run in the first inning in 4 straight games. So, hopefully, I thought that one would have worked out, but especially since it was a little bit juiced towards the run scored. But, I guess I should have went with NRFI, and it's just what it is. But, so we ended up going 1-1 on the day. So let's go ahead and dive into today's plays, though. Our first play of the day, we're going to be taking the Diamondbacks and the Tigers no-run first inning at -105 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, the Diamondbacks, they are 25th in the entire MLB in first inning runs, so they are near the bottom. And the Tigers, they're even farther closer towards the bottom. They are 28th in the MLB in first inning runs. So both these teams are bottom 6 in the entire MLB. Just over the course of when it comes to actually scoring runs in the first inning, both these two teams are bottom 6. Also, the Tigers do average only 0.53 runs at home, but on the road, they average only 0.13 first inning runs per game. So they usually only get 1 run per every 10 games in the first inning on the road. So I definitely love our odds with that one. The Diamondbacks haven't necessarily been the greatest team when it comes to scoring in the first inning either. They do average 0.4 runs per game in the first inning. Now, I will say that they do average more runs per game in the first inning at home, which does make me a little bit more nervous that the stats don't back it in that situation, but I still think that it's going to be a good bet. I'm more worried about the Diamondbacks not scoring as opposed to the Tigers, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Also, Alex Faedo is going to be on the mound here. He's had a really rough last 2 games, and if you take a look at it, I think he gave up 3 to the White Sox, and I think in the first inning, and I think he gave up quite a bit to another team too. I don't remember, but he had a rough last 2 games. But before that, he did not allow a run in 3 straight games in the first inning. So hopefully he can get back to it. It just looks like he has kind of struggled over the past 2 games. So hopefully he can go back to his normal self. He has been pretty solid. Just in general, he's just had a little bit of a rough stretch. Also, Zach Davies is going to be on the mound here for the Diamondbacks. He's had a 2.81 ERA in his last 5 games, so he is definitely trending in the right direction. So hopefully, Zach Davies can hold this Tigers team off here in the first inning. So that's going to be our first play of the day. Diamondbacks, Tigers, no run first inning at -105 odds. Now for our second play of the day and final play of the day, we're going to be going with the Mets and Marlins over 4 runs in the first 5 innings at -120 odds. Now if you take a look at it, the Mets, they have been really good to this over in the first 5. They are 36, 32, and 3 to the over in the first 5, so definitely profiting more often than not. And the Marlins are kind of in the same boat. A lot of times you're winning your money back with this team or you are winning the bet. They are 33, 29, and 5 to the over in the first 5 innings. So, like I said, it's pretty profitable. But the Mets, if you take a look at it on the road, they are just 18, 18, and 1 to the over on the road. So definitely not a great record. It is literally break even. But at the same time, the Marlins is where we see a lot of value here. The Marlins are 21, 9, and 1 to the over at home, which comes up to a percentage of 70%. So they're hitting this over at home in the first 5, 70% of the time. I will definitely be putting my money on that. That's definitely a stat that I'm willing to back. Also, Chris Bassett is going to be on the mound here with a 4.03 ERA and a 5.46 ERA on the road. So not only has he not been tremendous this year, but he's even worse on the road. So I definitely think that he can get back to that once again. And I think, if he is worse on the road, hopefully he does give up some extra runs here for us in those first 5 innings. Also, Trevor Rogers is going to be on the flip side of the mound with a 5.83 ERA, but at home, an 8.85 ERA. So that's definitely not good. Hopefully Trevor Rogers and Chris Bassett are able to give up a lot of runs here for us. But specifically in the first 5, we just need them to get to 5 runs. If one team wants to hit a grand slam, go for it. However they want to do it. But we just need to get them to 5 runs and we end up winning this bet. And I definitely think we can. So basically, just a quick recap of that bet. Both these two teams do have a pretty good shot at hitting the over in the first 5. They normally do. The Marlins over at home in the first 5 is an absolute lock at 70%. One of the best in the entire MLB. And both these pitchers haven't been great, but they're even better in they're even worse, I guess, technically ERA wise, in their respective positions. So Chris Bassett is worse on the road. Trevor Rogers is worse at home. So that is going to be our second and final play of the day. The Mets and the Marlins over 4 runs in the first 5 innings at -120 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, I will be recording a draft video, so if you guys do want to see that, make sure that you guys are subbed to the channel. But other than that, that's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.